You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. Yahshua said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man come unto the Father but by me. You may not like the truth, but guess what? It's still the truth. And truth is not in a popularity contest to see if you're going to accept it or not. I said all that to say this. You know, I just got finished meeting a very meek, humble, you ever seen those people that are very good-spirited? They are just a young lady who is just the epitome of excellence when it comes to having an excellent spirit. Well, check this out. This is what appalls me about this generation, all right? Her parents are Seventh-day Adventists, okay? She grew up being a Seventh-day Adventist. What happened? Well, she grew up being a Seventh-day Adventist, and at a young age, probably about 14, 15 years old, she comes across Pastor Dowell on YouTube. She starts listening to Pastor Dowell. She starts going to her father and mother, questioning things that they have been taught and things that they have learned in the religion of Adventism. Parents don't have any answers for her. She turns 18. They kick her out of the house. All right? Because religion is more powerful than having a good relationship with those who you allegedly say that you love. People do some crazy stuff for religion, I'm telling you. They do some crazy stuff for religion, I'm telling you. I've seen it over the years. So now she's over grandparents' house, right? Grandparents are there tolerating her. And mind you, I'm talking about a young woman that all she wants to do is serve y'all. And you think about this for a second. I've sat and watched family members tolerate their family, their young children become lesbians, homosexuals, whores and whoremongers, drunkards, drug users, dope pushers, and not say one word. I mean, don't get me wrong, sometimes they'll make a plea, and sometimes they'll make a cry and tell them, well, you need to stop doing this, stop doing that, stop doing that. But nothing like the visceral attitude of a person that's caught up in a false religion and how they come out. Amazing, isn't it? People are willing to cut off their children, cut off everything for their religion and refuse to investigate the truth. I mean, today you can't even sit down and have a civil conversation, a civil discussion with people who say that they love the Bible. And here's one of the kicker things right here. They heard that this pastor right here, you see, I believe what the Bible says. And if I said it once, I said it 1,000 times. Truth is not looking for your agreement to it. It's not looking for your opinion. Truth don't care. It don't care what you say. Her parents and them heard that I teach the truth of biblical marriage, which is polygyny. Now watch this. Watch this. That means a man can lawfully, according to the scriptures, can have more than one wife. I'll prove it to you. We all know that the book says that Yahweh Elohim is the same. He don't change. Therefore, as we sons of Jacob are not consumed, right? We also know that it says Jesus Christ the same yesterday, today, and forever. Is that right? So with him not changing, everything's the same. And we also know that he himself declared to be a polygynist because he said he was married to two, Israel and Judah. The father of the faith, Abraham, had wives and concubines. That's Abraham, the friend of Yah. Jacob ended up producing and bringing forth the seed of 12 sons to bring forth the 12 tribes of Israel from 4 different women. That's Hebrew culture. That's not Greco-Roman American culture, it's Hebrew culture. Because Greco-Roman American culture is for people to have a wife and a boyfriend, or a wife and 2 or 3 mistresses, or a wife and the wife knows that the husband has 2 or 3 girlfriends, but they don't say nothing about it. That is American culture. Or a man being a boyfriend and pimping, having 4 or 5 women with 3 or 4 children, and nobody says nothing about it at all. So then we go to Moses, the custodian of the law, had 3 wives. 3 of them Moses did. The custodian of the law, Moses, the ones who brought forth the 10 commandments and the law. Then you got Elkanah, who had 2. You got Gideon, that mighty man of valor. Woo-wee! Man, did he have a lot. He had a lot of sons coming from a lot of women. Then you had David, a man right after Yah's own heart. You ever heard of King David? You know, the one who wrote the Psalms. Man, think about that for a second. David had a total between wives and concubines, 18 consorts, 18 women. 18 women. In other words, that is biblical Hebrew Israelite culture. You go to Josephus and read about the historian Josephus, and he talks about how Israel has always been polygynous. What happened? The Greeks and the Romans come in and sack us, take away our cultures. Jeremiah 17:4, we would discontinue from our heritage, and that's what happens. We get into this monolygamous, let me say perceived monolygamous society, because it's not monolygamous. Because you got women out here screaming and hollering, talking about monolygamy, and the majority, all of them, done had more than one man in them. So much for monolygamy, so much for fidelity and faithfulness too, huh? So check this out. You've got the Bible. And let's not forget Solomon. They had 1,000 of them between wives and concubines. 1,000 of them. So you got 2/3 of the Bible pretty much written by polygynists. And Yahweh himself said to David, go check it out in 2 Samuel chapter 12, that if you would have wanted more wives, we're talking about the creator of the universe, he said, I would have given you more, but you keep your hands off of other people's wives. So you got people who say they love the Bible, say they love Yah, say they love the scriptures, and then they spurn him, have a visceral attitude towards his walk in his way. And you know what? When the Most High come, he gave the analogy that there was 10 virgins, 5 wise and 5 foolish. Only 5 of them going to go in. That's polygyny. Polygyny. The great marriage supper of the Lamb is only going to be one. That is the male. All the rest of us in the female figurative form, marriage supper of the Lamb. That's polygyny. You see, who cares if you don't like something? Nobody asks you for your opinion anyway. Y'all don't give a damn about it. Pastor Dowell sure as hell don't give a damn about it. I don't care if you can't wrap your mind around it. It means nothing. It's not going to stop those of us who believe the Bible to obey and do whatever the hell we want, as long as it's lawful within the word, within the scriptures. So you got people separating very family and friends because of a religion. And I mind you, I ask again, not for no little self-appointed internet teacher, self-appointed internet priest, self-appointed internet pastor, none of that. I have stated once, I said it 1,000 times. If I'm going to debate somebody on this subject right here, they're going to have to be a theologian. Are you a theologian? No, but I can't find nobody, even theologians, I can't find nobody intelligent enough to have a civil discussion. They have to be a pastor of a major church, major assembly, because I am. Why should I want to come down to people who don't even know nothing about it? I want to get to the people who claim to know something, and I want it to be televised. I want it to be openly recorded so everybody can see and hear. I want to debate the best of the best of the best of the best of any theologian that you got out there on this subject. using the Bible. And let's see who wins. Because I ain't got nobody out there that's willing to do it. I've already had 3 theologians turn me down. First, they come up with their attitude, say that they'll do it. When we try to lock it down, they backed out of it. 1 from North Carolina, 2 from Texas. Backed out of it. They say, well, Pastor Dowell, you know, you ain't supposed to have number one wife until death do you part. I said, really, 1 husband, 1 wife, right? I said, okay, good. I learned this from Dr. Luck. So that means you don't get no spares then, right? That means if your wife dies, you don't get to get a second one, if you follow that logic and line of thought. If your husband dies, you don't get a second one either then. Is that right? If you follow that line of thought. Or if you get divorced, you don't get a second one. See, whenever something happens to one of us, all of a sudden we change our theology to suit what we want to do, rather than fitting it around cultural truth, which is Hebraic. The book is a Hebrew book, and they ain't talking about those so-called imposters calling themselves Jews over there, them Ashkenazis, them Germanic Ashkenazis that has done hijacked the true culture of Israel, the ones that are scattered abroad throughout all the world. I got this thing right. And if I don't got it right, get your popular pastor, your popular preacher and teacher. I'll come to your assembly in your backyard and debate your pastor, your preacher, teacher on the subject. See, what we got is we got a bunch of lying hypocrites today. We got people say, oh, I love Jesus and I love the Bible. No, you don't. You're a lying hypocrite. You don't. See, because there are some things that is uncomfortable for you to talk about. And many men can't talk about this because they're not the head of their households. Because they know that them skirts, them women will raise hell. You bring up a subject like this. Well, I'm 100% bona fide man. And I'm going to tell that truth and speak that truth and stand on that truth. And I don't care whether you like it, understand it, comprehend it or not. But all those that is of the truth, they'll come to it. Just because you accept the truth of polygyny don't mean you're going to participate in it. It's still the truth. What, you mean tell me that Abraham going to go to hell? Moses, Jacob, David, they going to go to hell? And if you do that, then you got to send the creator of the universe, Yahweh, to hell too, because he got 2 of them. See, the people ain't got no sense. Religion is a farce. That's exactly what it is. They all liars. They're chicken, yellow belly, backbone, spineless cockroaches, double oak nickels worth of rat ass, fly eating, jackleg, boot licking liars. That's exactly what all them pastors are. Your pastors, your priests, your ox, your mores, they all liars. Every one of them, because they ain't gonna stand on the truth. They too afraid. They can't handle the truth. They're too afraid of it. So my advice to you, young daughter, keep standing. The Most High gonna make a way. Keep standing. For all you Israelites out there, here we go again.